Matty Smokes here. Just want to show you something awesome that I use AI and ChatGPT for that has been extremely resourceful for me. So this week I was having a pig roast and I wanted to just do a couple things different and ideas as to how to possibly make this a little bit better. So we went to ChatGPT and we used the voice mode. So next week, I'm going to be doing a pig roast for a client of mine. And I wanted to start troubleshooting some really unique, different ideas for it with you. So typically, I will take the pig and I smoke it upright in a smoker at about 250 degrees till an internal temperature of about 200 in the legs, and then we pull it off and we will serve it to the clients. But this time I was thinking about putting it into a brine. I was thinking about stuffing it, and I would also like to maybe use a searing torch. I need some ideas on how to get crispy skin because in the smoker you don't really get crispy skin. So can we start with talking about what kind of preparation I should be doing for this pig and what ideas you have for me to make it better?
Absolutely. Let's dive into it. So, for a really unique pig roast with that crispy skin and extra flavor, we can definitely play around with a few steps. First, doing a brine is a great idea. You could do simple salt, sugar, and maybe some aromatics like garlic, citrus, and a little bit of herbs. Let it brine overnight or even up to 24 hours if you want that flavor to really soak in. As for the stuffing, you can get creative. You've already done cornbread and sausage, which is awesome. Maybe this time try a wild rice and herb stuffing, or even a kind of fruity stuffing with apples and fennel to add some sweetness. Now, for the crispy skin part, you're right that the smoker alone won't quite get you there. One approach is to use that searing torch right at the end. Once the pig is fully cooked, you can go over the skin with the torch to crisp it up evenly. Another trick is to actually let the skin dry out really well before it goes in the smoker. Maybe even use a little baking soda rub on the skin beforehand to help it dry and crisp. Then when you hit it with the torch at the end, it crisps up nicely. So I'd say go ahead with the brine, try a unique stuffing, and then use that torch for the finishing touch. That should give you a really impressive result.
So what we're saying is I should make a brine and let it rest in the brine for about 24 hours. Then take it out and rest it so the skin could dry with baking soda. Is there anything else that I should be putting on? Just baking soda or oil, salt?
Yeah, you've got the general flow down pretty well. After the brine and patting it dry, I definitely say a little salt on the skin is a good idea. You don't necessarily need oil because the pig's own fat will render out and help with the crisping, but a generous sprinkle of salt on the skin will definitely help it dry out and get that nice crisp texture. So basically, brine it, let it dry with a bit of baking soda and salt on the skin, and then you can go ahead and smoke it. And after that, the torch should give you that final crispy finish.
Great. And with the stuffing, let's say I wanted to do the rice stuffing that you were discussing. Should I be cooking the rice and all the stuffing beforehand, or do I put that in as a raw ingredient and let it cook inside of the pig?
Yeah, so for rice stuffing, definitely cook the rice beforehand. You'll want it fully or at least mostly cooked so that it's nice and tender. Then you can mix in any other ingredients like herbs, maybe some sauteed veggies or fruit if you're doing that kind of mix. Once everything's combined and cooled a bit, you can stuff it into the pig. That way, you're not relying on the pig's cooking time to fully cook the rice, which might not work out as evenly. So, definitely go with pre cooked or mostly cooked rice for the stuffing.
It's all here, documented. And then what we're going to do is, so now this is just one amazing way that I've been utilizing AI to continue pushing the bar and bringing food to the next level. You can use it as your personal assistant to help you with the ideas and guides. Now we're going to ask ChatGPT to put that all together for us. Can you please give me the brine recipe with the instructions on how to brine and how long to do this for, the drying strategy, the stuffing recipe with the instructions on how to make it, and how to finish up putting that into the pig and closing it up, followed by smoking instructions, what kind of wood to use, how long and what temperatures to smoke it, and the final cooking internal temperatures. And then lastly, the searing and serving instructions. Here is the brine recipe with instructions, followed by how we're going to get that crispy skin by drying it out for 48 hours. Our stuffing recipe, then followed up by how we're going to stuff and close it with the cooking and smoking instructions over bourbon barrel and cherry wood, our proper internal temperatures, and then lastly, searing and serving for the customer. Anything you want to talk to it about, anything you want to discuss, it will give you ideas, it will give you direction. You can mold it as per your recommendations for the cooking. It's really an amazing tool. I'd recommend some other people checking it out.